And today we're making mozzarella in carrozza, which is an iconic street food dish from Naples in the region of Campania. For the ingredients we have the mozzarella, the bread, eggs, breadcrumbs and flour. And that's for the traditional recipe. Then we're gonna make it with a little twist using sun-dried tomatoes and anchovies and a little bit of basil one. We start off by cutting the mozzarella, and this recipe traditionally was created in order to recycle old mozzarella. And when mozzarella gets old, it gets a little bit more dry. And that's why we need to cut it and put it in kitchen paper to let it absorb the excess liquid. And that avoids making a mess once we go and fry it. Once we cut them, kitchen paper on top of it, and we press it down. Many of these old traditional recipes were created to be able to recycle food, or at least to make something nice out of old food that the normal people could afford and buy. And this is one of those classic ones. While we wait for that, we can start preparing the eggs. Just crack them. And we just give it a mix. We then move to the bread. Again, traditionally the bread was stale bread. So what they used to do is slice it up and moisten it with some milk. Of course, if you don't have stale bread, just normal bread will fine. And actually, the reason why it was called mozzarella in carrozza, which means mozzarella in a chariot, because the bread typically in Naples was cylindrical, kind of like a baguette. So when you slice it, it will make little circles. Now, we could make it into circles using a stamp, but you would waste a lot of bread. So I think we're just gonna do squares and triangles. So let's start preparing them. So we take our bread and we put the mozzarella on top of it. We add a pinch of salt, take another piece of bread on top, and we press down. Once it's pressed, we're just gonna cut off the corners, and you can keep this to make breadcrumbs later on. And we can make this one into triangles. Next one up, similar thing. And this one we can make it into squares. Cut the sides. Just make sure these are nice and tight. And you keep doing this as many shapes as you like. And of course, in the excitement, I forgot my idea of doing them slightly differently, so let's do it now. We're gonna put sun-dried tomato, half an anchovy. Ooh, slimy. And basil. Again, close them up and we press them down real good. And we're gonna cut it twice. So first step, into the flour. Make sure to get all the edges as well, and then you put it back in the tray. That will make sure that any excess flour just falls off and we don't create little floury things. Make sure you press it real good before you put it over the flour. You don't want this thing to open up when you cook it. Once they're all floured, we just take them and you put in the egg. Make sure we get an egg on all the sides. And again, once you've done it, just to make sure you're not taking too much egg with you, we put it back in the tray. And we rinse and repeat with all these friends. And after just a few seconds so it drained, we put in the breadcrumbs. And we make sure we get all the sides nice and covered. These are all done, and this is a step you should not skip. Now we're gonna put this in the fridge for 30 minutes. That's gonna allow everything to kind of compact together, and that's very important because it avoids them breaking apart once we fry them. So don't skip this step. And with half an hour in the fridge, we do the second coating. And for the second coating, we're just gonna do egg and breadcrumbs. Like before, we're gonna do it in 2 batches, so we're gonna let any excess egg just run off. And for the second coating, you of course can use normal breadcrumbs, or like we're also going to do today, we're just going to mix it up. We're using some panko breadcrumbs, which are the Japanese ones. But it's also fun if you want to use cornflakes or anything else that tickles your fancy. So this one we can use some panko. And I love the panko because being nice and thick, they make an amazing crust. We're gonna start frying them at 160, 170 degrees Celsius. So one at a time, they go in. And now that they're golden brown, we take them out. And after about 4 minutes, they are cooked. They're lovely and crunchy. And when you cut them in half, and this is how they should be. Nice and crunchy on the outside and oozy, creamy on the inside. Delicious. It's such an easy, fun recipe that all your friends and family is absolutely gonna love. So go and make it, and buon appetito.